Since Valve still hasn't revealed the price of the Steam machine, we've got yet another update on what it potentially will be. How's it going, everyone? As always, my name is Jimmy Champagne. This is Deck Ready, my channel all about Steam hardware. I hope you are having a great week playing a ton of video games. Before I jump into it, thank you so much for helping this channel grow over the past month. It was the biggest view month by a lot. It was the biggest subscriber month by a lot. I take it not lightly. I don't know how to say that. I take it strongly that I've got to continue to work hard and make good videos and not let people down. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. And yeah, I'd love to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. So help me out by subscribing, setting your notifications to all. But let's get into this video. It's a single topic video. This is the whole pricing situation kind of coming to a head with the Steam machine. And watching this kind of like explode from a center point over the past month has been kind of crazy. It's all starting with this podcast Linus did where he talked about being at the Valve office and talking to the engineers. And basically he was like, I want this thing to be priced like a console. And they were like, what's the window of a console price? He said $500 and they all went silent. Obviously, because for some reason, a lot of people in the gaming sphere are like not happy about the Steam machine existing or SteamOS existing. They took it as negatively as possible. And they were like, oh, book it. This thing's going to be $1,000. But like, we weren't there. It's not on video. We don't know if they went silent because, you know, they were like, crap, this thing's going to be $700 and that's not anywhere close to 500. Or we also don't know if they were like, man, we nailed it. $500 is what he said. $500 is where we're at. We don't want to reveal it just yet, so we're going to be silent. But yeah, since then, my friend Jake Baldino had Valve on his podcast, Friends Per Second, and straight up asked about the price, and they just reiterated what they told Linus. My friend Tom over at Moore's Law is Dead added up the cost for Valve for all the parts and added up to like $425. And that brings us to this week when Linus put up a video where he did what a lot of other people did, like ETA Prime, and did his best at current market conditions to buy and build a Steam machine and figure out how much it would cost. And I'll just roll the clip of where they ended up, but you should definitely watch the whole video.
Well, if we were to build this machine using the lowest historical pricing from the cheapest sources,
which I would like to,
and let's say we add $50 for a case,
right,
we're looking at just over $600 US.
Oh, well, that's great news. I mean, it's SteamOS, so there's no Windows tax, so $599.
I was not done. If we build it today, in the current market conditions from the cheapest sources, we're looking at close to $900.
Oh.
Okay, I really like how Linus broke this down because the market conditions that caused it to be closer to $900 at first are very real. There's a memory shortage right now where all the AI data centers need memory for their computers that run everything. So all these companies that are making memory are charging a premium for it, which raises the price for us as well. And the reason that they aren't building new factories, I think, is because they all are scared that this is a bubble. So like they don't want to make a new factory to produce more RAM because A, they'll have to sell it for a cheaper price to these companies, which they don't want because they're making a mint of a premium on it right now. And B, they don't want to build the factory, stockpile RAM, and then have the bubble burst and then suddenly be stuck with a huge pile of RAM like Scrooge McDuck that they then have to sell for less than MSRP and lose money on it. So for right now, they're just going to keep the price high and sell it for a lot to us and a lot to OpenAI or whoever else is trying to buy it up. I think this will resolve itself and there's really two ways it'll happen. The first one is the bubble bursts and then the prices go down to where they were before they went up. And then the other way is that they build the factories because they realize that the bubble isn't going to burst. And then, you know, they make more RAM and the price goes down to MSRP level. And either way, everyone is happy. Obviously, the second option is better for the stock market, but who knows what's going to happen with AI. Regardless, the prices are going to stay high for a little bit before they level off. So pushing that AI and memory stuff off to the side for a bit, I like the price of $700. I think it is fair for what it is. A lot of people are comparing it to the PS5 Pro, saying that the Steam machine has less performance than the Pro for the same price, but PS5 Pro got a $50 price increase, which brought it to $750. And then if you want a disk drive, you have to add on $80. So like if you have PS4 games or PS5 games on disk, you've got to buy a disk drive, and that pushes it well north of $800. And then on top of that, the PS5 and Steam machine aren't really comparable devices outside of the fact that they both play games. Like the experience you're supposed to get out of a PlayStation is a finely tuned experience that you buy through the PlayStation Store or on a PlayStation disc. There's no way to use the Epic Game Store. There's no way to use GOG. There's no way to use Steam on it. And that's the experience that Sony's crafted. That's not criticism. And they're not selling it at a subsidized price, and that's fine. So like if you're someone who has a lot of PS4 digital games or PS5 digital games, you're probably more interested in the PS5 Pro or the eventual PS5 PS6 than the Steam machine, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Steam machine isn't really comparable though, because it's not just a game console and it's not locked down to Steam. You should use Steam with it because Steam is my preferred way to buy PC games, but if you do like using free games on Epic, you do like using GOG, Valve doesn't care if you use that. You go to the desktop, you download Heroic Launcher, you log into Epic and GOG, you download those games, you add them to Steam, they launch as if they were Steam games and everything's fine. You also get features that other PCs don't have, like being able to wake it up with a controller. I know you can do that with a keyboard, but it is hard to set that up with a controller, so that's a benefit. You also can connect up to 4 Bluetooth controllers from different manufacturers and not have any of the connections drop out, and they'll remain strong and not have insane input delay. It comes with a direct connection to its own controller that is a really cool controller that's like a Steam Deck without the screen and comes with the trackpads, which makes it great for PC, whether you're on desktop or in a game or in game mode. And then it has the VR headset, which can either connect directly to it wirelessly, wired, or play games natively. Like, there are a lot of benefits, and I didn't even mention the fact that all of this power is being packed into a chassis the size of a Kleenex box. Like, if you look up how big this thing actually is and measure that out, it's imperceivably small. I think there's a lot of stuff that people discount to bring it, more into a point where they can criticize it for being close in price to a game console, when really it's so much more. I have consoles. I have the Switch 2, I have the PS5, I play first party games on both of those respectively, and everything else I play on my Bazite PC upstairs or on my Steam Deck. And if I'm being real, the console I use the most is my Steam Deck by like a wide margin. I use it more than my desktop PC because it's my all-time favorite, but like getting that experience on the TV is great as well. And I'm sure once I have that controller that gives me a lot of the benefits I get out of using the Steam Deck, I'll probably split my time 50-50 between Steam Deck and Steam Machine because they benefit each other. So whether it's $700 or $500, I really don't care. I'm buying this thing day one, and I'm not trying to jump ship from other platforms, and I don't think it's Valve's job to convince people to do that, because they already are giving you a good reason to do that if you are kind of curious about moving to PC. Steam is already a great platform, whether you use it on Linux, whether you use it on Windows. It's an excellent platform from top to bottom. They don't charge you for online. They run regular sales. They let you keep your games. They don't care if you play them offline on the Steam Deck as long as you launch them once. Their whole mantra is making the point A being you and point B being playing games, and making those 2 points as close together as possible. And that's why I've gravitated towards it more as I've gotten older, because I just have less time to do stuff and I want that instant access to games on any device I want to play them on. That's what I get with Steam. That's why I'm excited about it. So like, if it's $500, don't care, I'm gonna buy it. If it's $700, don't care, I'm gonna buy it. I've also seen a lot of people pretending Valve started making these things a month ago when they announced the Steam machine. If you genuinely believe that, get out of the conversation because you have no business being in it. Like, I hate to be mean or blunt, but I'd guess that they have just sitting in a warehouse right now, I don't know, 10,000 or more of these things ready to be shipped out and updated to the day one version of SteamOS the second you plug it in. So I understand that this memory situation will become a problem eventually if the prices don't come down, and it doesn't look like they're going to for at least a little while. I also understand that Valve is a very smart company and they probably weren't blindsided by the price increase on RAM. Like, OpenAI and Nvidia and everyone else have been buying memory for like months now. It's not like a new thing. It's just like the reality of the situation and has been for a while. So I think there's definitely enough Steam machines to go around at launch, and then hopefully they'll be able to figure out a way to get the pricing figured out after that. And worst case, if they do have to take a loss for a short period of time, I think they will, because when all of these issues happened with PS5, Switch 2, and Xbox, where they all had to raise prices, Valve took the Steam Deck down from sale for just a week or so, and then they brought it back up for the exact same price, and it's stayed there ever since. And they've also done multiple discounts on the Steam Deck LCD down to $320. So when push comes to shove, they really are consumer friendly. I know there's some people who are like, they could wake up tomorrow and change everything. And like, yeah, they could, but they haven't. And I don't think they will, based on the past, which has been largely very good. But with all that being said, I hope they announce the price soon so the conversation can kind of move on and we can start talking about, how games look and run on it, some updates for SteamOS, all the other stuff I cover on this channel. So like, if you want to see other stuff about the Steam machine, the Steam frame, and the Steam Deck, subscribe, because I cover it all, because I'm obsessed with it.
She's really good.
But yeah, with all this big news to talk about, I haven't been able to talk about any games you should be playing on your Steam Deck. I'm just going to give you one huge recommendation. Half-Life, Half-Life Opposing Force, Half-Life Blue Shift. There's like 20 hours of content there. Half-Life 1, I know it looks like old, right? But it looks so much better on a smaller screen. Like, it looks so much less blocky when you play it on the Steam Deck screen. Valve did an update that fixed the controls for Half-Life 1. They are perfect. I got through the entire game in about 3 days. I absolutely loved it. I like Black Mesa, but like, there's just something really cool about the original game. Half-Life 3 allegedly is coming soon. I believe the rumors. So yeah, you should catch up on the other games, which are like some of the best games ever made. They're all amazing. But yeah, guys, if you're still here at the end of the video, follow me on Twitter at deck_ready. And again, as I said at the beginning, I hope you're having a great week playing a ton of video games. As always, guys, my name is Jimmy Champagne. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and shape on.